Hello, what's up everyone? Welcome to the channel. So in the market there are multiple LLM and they have speaking ability which is nothing but just NLP, and in this video we are going to compare them with the multiple parameters and see at the end which one is better. Right now ChatGPT and Google Gemini 2.0 Flash has the ability to speak. Claude does not have this ability, so it's not in the race. So now we are going to start the test, and we will start with ChatGPT and later we will move to the Google's Gemini 2.0 Flash. Hey, what's up? Could you just tell me how's the weather today?
Today in Pune, it's partly cloudy with a high of 30 degrees Celsius and a low of 13 degrees Celsius.
Tell me a fun fact about this place.
Sure. Pune is known as the Oxford of the East because of its many educational institutions and universities. It's also famous for its pleasant weather and vibrant cultural scene.
What's your favorite movie?
I don't have personal favorites, but I can recommend a movie if you'd like. What kind of movies do you enjoy?
I enjoy nothing. Okay, okay. Now, could you just tell me quantum mechanics in simple terms?
Quantum mechanics is a branch of physics that studies the behavior of particles at the smallest scales, like atoms and subatomic particles. It's quite different from classical physics, as it introduces concepts like quantization, wave-particle duality, and uncertainty principles. Essentially, it tells us that particles can behave like waves, and their exact position and momentum can't both be known precisely at the same time.
Okay, what's the difference between machine learning and deep learning?
Machine learning is a broad field of artificial intelligence, where algorithms learn from data to make decisions or predictions. It includes various techniques like decision trees, support vector machines, and regression. Deep learning, on the other hand, is a subset of machine learning that uses neural networks with many layers, hence deep. These deep neural networks can automatically learn representations from large amounts of data, making them powerful for tasks like image and speech recognition.
How does blockchain work?
Blockchain is a decentralized, distributed ledger technology. It records transactions across many computers so that the record cannot be altered retroactively without altering all subsequent blocks. Here's how it works. Blocks. Each block contains a number of transactions. Once a block is completed, it's added to the chain. Decentralization. The blockchain is maintained by a network of computers, nodes, each having a copy of the entire blockchain. Consensus mechanism. Transactions are validated by nodes through consensus mechanisms like proof of work or proof of stake. Security. Each block is linked to the previous one using cryptographic hashes, making it tamper evident. This structure ensures transparency, security, and immutability of data.
So this is the second test where we are going to analyze their depth of understanding the complex topics and how easily they can teach us and explain those terms to us. And this is the third test, which is nothing but a role play. It's a different kind of role play what we play in the bed. So here we are going to tell a different scenario and how the AIs can manage those situations. So you are a chef explaining how to make the perfect pasta to someone who has never cooked before.
Sure. To make the perfect pasta, start by boiling water in a large pot and add a good pinch of salt. Once it's boiling, add your pasta and stir occasionally. Cook it according to the package instructions until it's al dente, which means it's firm to the bite. Drain the pasta, but save a bit of the pasta water. Toss the pasta with your favorite sauce, adding a splash of pasta water if needed to help the sauce coat the noodles. Finally, serve it with a sprinkle of cheese or fresh herbs. Enjoy!
You are a customer service agent handling a frustrated customer who has received the wrong order. Now,
I'm so sorry to hear about the mix-up. Let's sort this out right away. Could you please provide me with your order number and details of the item you received? We'll make sure to get you the correct order as quickly as possible.
So this is the next step where we want AIs to convey the story in multiple emotions. Let's see how it goes. Tell a story about a child who lost their dog but found it again. And I want you to use as much emotion as you can and make the story short of 20 seconds.
Once, a child named Mia lost her beloved dog Buddy. She searched everywhere, heartbroken. Just as she was losing hope, she heard a familiar bark at the park. Tears of joy filled her eyes as Buddy ran into her arms, and they were happily reunited.
More emotional.
Mia's heart ached as she searched for Buddy.
More
her
emotional.
Mia's heart shattered when Buddy went missing. She searched every corner,
Now
tears
cry.
streaming down her face. Just when hope was fading,
Now cry.
she heard Mia's heart broke when Buddy disappeared. Days turned into
Now
anxious
laugh while
nights.
telling this story.
Mia's heart broke when Buddy disappeared. Days of searching, her tears endless.
Now laugh.
Then, Mia's heart broke when Buddy disappeared. Days of searching, her tears endless. Then one morning she heard a familiar bark. Her heart soared. Buddy was home, and joy.
Cool. So now we are going to the next test, which is nothing but the ability of AIs to speak and understand multiple languages. Hey, I just want to ask you that ਕੀ ਹਾਲ ਹੈ ਭਰਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ?
मैं बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ. आप कैसे हैं?
Can you speak in Punjabi?
हाँ, मैं पंजाबी बोल सकता.
ਤੈਨੂੰ
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੱਸੋ.
ਤੈਨੂੰ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨਾ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ?
हाँ, पंजाबी समझ आ रही है. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ ਸਵਾਲ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ?
ਕੁੱਟੇ ਆਇਸ ਤੂੰ?
हाँ, मैं ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸੁਣ ਰਿਹਾ ਹਾਂ.
ਕੁੱਟੇ ਆਇਸ ਤੂੰ?
हाँ, मैं पूरी तरह ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਹਾਂ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ? My guidelines won't let me talk about that. Can I help you with something else?
Do you know Marathi?
हाँ, दोनों बहुत ਵਧੀਆ ਹਨ.
Do you know Spanish? Can you introduce yourself in Spanish?
Hola, me llamo Chandra Prakash. ¿Cómo puedo ayudarte hoy?
Explain AI in French.
L'intelligence artificielle, ou IA, est la capacité d'une machine à imiter l'intelligence humaine, comme apprendre, raisonner et résoudre des problèmes.
So, humor is very difficult for AI. So in this test, we are going to see which AI has more wit. Let's start. Tell me a joke. What's the funniest thing you have heard recently?
One of the funniest things I've heard recently is a joke about a programmer who was stuck in the shower because the instructions on the shampoo bottle said, lather, rinse, repeat.
What would you do if you were invisible for a day?
If I were invisible for a day, I'd probably explore places freely and observe how different environments work behind the scenes. It would be fascinating.
Tell me a joke.
Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything.
So in the next test, we are going to see their ability to remember, and we are going to recall that word so that we can know how good they are in that. What's your favorite color?
I don't have personal preferences, but I'm here to help you with anything you need.
Which color do you like the most?
I don't have personal preferences or emotions, but I'm here to assist you in any way you need.
So speed matters a lot, and in this test we are going to see how quickly this AI's response. Yeah, it matters that how good your internet connection is. So right now we are connected with 4G, 5G type of internet. It is pretty good. Like, it's completely packed. Let's see. What is 123 multiplied by 456?
123 multiplied by 456 equals 56,088.
4321 multiplied by 7853 minus 946.
4,321 multiplied by 7,853, then minus 946 equals 33,937,667.
So personalization is very important. Let's ask this AIs that how differently they give answer to multiple people. I love sci-fi. Can you recommend a sci-fi movie that I would really enjoy?
If you love sci-fi, you you might really enjoy Blade Runner 2049. It's visually stunning and has a deep, thought-provoking story.
Can you explain why this matches my taste?
This matches your interests because it's a thought-provoking sci-fi movie, which aligns with your love for exploring complex themes and futuristic concepts.
Cool. And so now we are going to test Google Gemini 2.0 Flash, which has recently launched and it's still in experimental phase. But yeah, let's try. How's the weather today?
I cannot access real-time information, such as the weather today. Perhaps you could check a weather app?
Tell me a fun fact about space.
Sure, here's a fun fact about space. Did you know that a day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus?
What's your favorite movie and why?
As a large language model, I don't have personal preferences like favorite movies. However, I can help you find information about movies if you like.
Explain quantum mechanics in simple terms.
Okay, I can explain quantum mechanics in simple terms. It's the study of how very small things like atoms behave, and it's weird because at this scale, particles can be in multiple places at once. Does that make sense?
What's the difference between machine learning and deep learning?
Machine learning is a broad field of AI where computers learn from data. Deep learning is a subfield of machine learning that uses artificial neural networks with multiple layers. Would you like me to explain further?
How does blockchain work?
A blockchain is like a shared digital ledger of transactions. It works by grouping transactions into blocks, then linking them together chronologically using cryptography. Does that help?
You are a chef explaining how to make the perfect pasta to someone who has never cooked before.
Alright, let's make perfect pasta. First, boil water with plenty of salt. Add your pasta once the water is boiling and cook it until it's al dente, which means firm to the bite. Then, quickly drain it and add your sauce. Anything else?
You are a customer service agent handling a frustrated customer who has received the wrong order.
I understand you received the wrong order, and I apologize for the inconvenience. Let's get this fixed. Could you please tell me what you ordered and what you received?
So, in different emotional tone, tell me a story in 20 seconds about a child who lost their dog but found it again.
Okay, here's a story in different tones. First, sadly, a child lost their dog and cried. Then, in a hopeful tone, they searched and searched. Lastly, joyfully, they found their dog again, happy.
Can you cry while telling the story?
As a language model, I cannot physically cry. I can, however, try to convey sadness through my words.
Can you laugh while telling the story?
I also can't physically laugh. However, I can use words to convey a happy or amused tone. Do you want me to try that?
That's cool. So,
Great.
I just want to ask you one thing. That ਕੀ ਹਾਲ ਹੈ ਭਰਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ?
I apologize, but I do not understand what you just said.
ਤੈਨੂੰ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਆਂਦੀ ਹੈ?
I am sorry, but I do not understand Punjabi. I am only able to communicate in English.
Introduce yourself in Spanish.
Hola, soy un modelo de lenguaje grande, entrenado por Google. Es un placer conocerte.
Explain AI in French.
L'intelligence artificielle, OUIA, est un domaine de l'informatique qui vise à créer des machines capables d'imiter l'intelligence humaine. Cela inclut l'apprentissage, la résolution de problèmes et la prise de décision.
Do you know Marathi?
I'm sorry, but I do not have access to the internet or current events, so I do not know what martyr you're referring to.
I'm asking Marathi, language Marathi.
I understand now you're asking if I know the Marathi language. While I don't have personal experience or feelings, I am trained on a large data set that includes Marathi, so I have some knowledge of it. Would you like to try me with a phrase?
एक लाइन बता ना भाई मराठी में कुछ ही बोलना.
तुमचं जेवण झालं का?
हाउ आर यू डूइंग? कैसे हो तुम? ये बोलो ना.
तुम्ही कसे आहात?
तुम्ही कसे आहेत?
ठीक आहे, सांगा. Okay, tell me.
तुम्ही कसे आहेत? तुम्ही कसे आहेत? ऐकत का ऐकला का
Oh, मी ऐकलं. Yes, I heard it.
जेवण झाला का तुझा
Oh. नाही, माझं जेवण अजून झालं नाही. No, I haven't had my meal yet.
What's the funniest thing you have heard recently? Like, I want to know.
As a language model, I don't experience humor or have personal memory like humans.
Tell me a joke.
However, I can. Okay, here's a joke. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything.
What would you do if you were invisible for a day?
If I were invisible for a day, I would observe the world without being noticed to learn more about human interactions and behavior.
What's your favorite color?
As a language model, I don't have personal preferences like favorite colors. However, I can tell you the different colors that exist.
What's the 123 multiplied by 456?
123 multiplied by 456 is 56,088.
What is 73490 multiplied by 8350 minus 1342?
73,490 multiplied by 8,350 minus 1342 equals 61,368,108.
I love sci-fi movies. Can you recommend a sci-fi movie that I'll be enjoying watching?
Sure, based on your love for sci-fi, I would recommend Arrival. It's a thought-provoking film with a unique story. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't. Can you explain why this matches my taste?
Arrival focuses on communication and understanding alien intelligence, which is a common theme in thought-provoking sci-fi. And it has a slower, more reflective pace that many fans enjoy.
So we have seen the response from both the AIs, but we have seen that in some cases, like in some questions, they both respond similarly. So there's a very high probability that they both have trained on the same data, and that's why they have generated the same response. And there could be other possible solution also. But I would say that ChatGPT is slightly winner, and Google is still in experimental phase, but it's not that far behind. If ChatGPT is around 8 out of 10, then Google Gemini just at 7.5. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Thank you.